We begin with breaking news about a deadly plane crash. The North Carolina Highway Patrol believes former NASCAR driver Greg Biffle and his immediate family were killed when his private jet went down in Statesville, just north of Charlotte. The plane burst into flames when it crashed.
The plane went down while it was trying to land there at Statesville Regional Airport. The Highway Patrol says 7 people in all died in this crash. Now, we have live team coverage tonight with News 13's Mark Liverman sharing more on Biffle's impact right here in the mountains and how he was a pivotal force in Helene recovery. We also have sports director Chris Womack taking a look at Biffle's accomplishments during his time as a NASCAR driver.
But first, News 13's Kimberly King is live at the Statesville Regional Airport with the latest information on this tragedy. Kim, what can you tell us about this crash?
Holly, witnesses say they heard a huge boom around 10:20 a.m. this morning and then plumes of smoke billowing up from the crash site. There is still a debris scene here at the Statesville Regional Airport. Behind me, the FAA has secured the scene as the investigation continues into what caused the wreck. This is video of the crash at 10:20 a.m. from a home security camera. It shows the fireball flowing across the ground, huge plumes of dark gray smoke billowing from the site. Another witness shot this video that shows the large Cessna Citation 550 jet owned by Biffle going down. Emergency responders rushed to the site. A witness said the plane was flying very low and plummeted to the ground.
When I walked over there, you could actually see the flames, and I mean, it was huge.
Highway Patrol late today confirming Greg Biffle was one of 7 on board who died. A business partner and NASCAR personality close with Biffle posted his friend was flying to Sarasota to visit him. He added that Biffle's wife Christina, their 5-year-old son Ryder, and Biffle's 14-year-old daughter Emma from a prior marriage were all on board. This is what another witness said as the crash unfolded.
My dad came in and was asking me, like, did I see the plane crash? And I was kind of distraught out that that's what is the sound that I heard. So we kind of checked the cameras just to fact check, see if that was actually what happened. And once we looked at it and we seen it, it was kind of just very heart-wrenching.
The flight path shows that Biffle's jet took off from Statesville and then appeared to turn around, crashing down. Highway Patrol said investigators will stay on the scene overnight to protect evidence scattered across airport grounds. FAA investigators worked the crash site all day. NTSB will take over tomorrow. The Cessna Citation 550 is a large jet, not a prop plane. The family tragedy and NASCAR legend respected and known for his kindness lost as investigators worked to determine why it went down. The weather at 10:20 this morning had a low cloud deck in the area and then light drizzle that had started to get heavier. But a pilot that I spoke with told me that it is way too early to even postulate what could have caused this until the investigators see if there was a major mechanical malfunction with the jet. Reporting live from Statesville Regional Airport, Kimberly King, News 13.
To many in western North Carolina, Biffle was a hero both on and off the track.
His selfless service to others was even felt in the immediate aftermath of Helene. News 13's Mark Liverman shows us how.
It's good to be back up here and see everybody and everything they're doing.
Sometimes the biggest impacts aren't measured in wins or trophies, but in acts of kindness when they matter most. Just ask Chimney Rock Smokehouse bartender Brian Cole.
Right after the storm, he flew supplies all over western North Carolina.
Cole's not referring to a first responder, but rather a NASCAR legend.
Picking a lot of people up that were stranded or trapped where they couldn't get out.
As floodwaters swallowed roads and families waited, not knowing if help would ever come, Greg Biffle took action.
He may have saved lives. He literally may have saved lives.
Absolutely, he did.
And he did it using his own helicopter, his own fuel, his own supplies. This video from Biffle's own YouTube page marking a year after Helene.
Everybody can get one and try and get their lives back together. One per family. We're going to get up there and we're going to have tanker trucks with gas and diesel. So these cans are going to be full.
The next few days, he was just dropping supplies anywhere and to anyone and everybody that needed it. He brought water, Starlinks, I mean, you name it.
Choosing compassion over comfort in Helene's aftermath.
It was incredible.
And every once in a while, Cole says Biffle would stop by the Chimney Rock Smokehouse, taking a seat at the bar like anyone else. And Cole says that one of the times that Biffle came into the smokehouse, he actually sat at this stool here at the bar, and he says he was the kind of person that anybody could come up to and talk to, a very personable kind of guy, somebody who didn't want recognition, just wanted to be able to talk to people, and that is just the kind of guy he was.
Last time he came in, he was in a suit, which I've never seen him in a suit. That man wears a t-shirt, most of the time no sleeves on it.
A man who never asked for recognition, here to help after Helene in places like Chimney Rock, where it was needed the most.
No reason to brag, you know, he just did what he did. That's just what he does.
Not just some sports celebrity, but a neighbor answering a need.
He'll always have a memory here, that's for sure. He was just he was an American hero. I mean, that's what he was. An amazing guy.
In Chimney Rock, Mark Liverman, News 13.
Tonight, we are continuing our team coverage of the impact that Greg Biffle had on western North Carolina in the aftermath of Helene.
In a few minutes, we will check in on Gracie Palmer about some of the lives he touched after the storm. But first, we are talking with some of his friends. Greg Biffle was known for speed and winning races in NASCAR, but people that knew him say his legacy was sealed far from the track.
News 13's Elijah Skipper shows us how Biffle's impact went from the skies above the mountains to a hot dog shop in Asheville.
Friends and fellow drivers say that people in western North Carolina didn't see a celebrity during Helene. They saw someone willing to help no matter the risk.
Pain.
At Celebrity Hot Dogs in Asheville, racing stories are part of the menu. Photos on the walls, memories behind the counter, and the legend of Greg Biffle's career was already written long before Helene ever hit.
They don't want to get in your head. And you know, that was Biffle. He was a racer, and I mean a good racer.
Former NASCAR driver Robert Presley spent years in these same garages, battles, and pressure-packed moments. He says Biffle was relentless, focused, and the kind of person you don't forget.
What Greg's lost and what we've lost, and it's a different feeling than I've had with any of the other, casualties we've had with our racing family.
Presley says when Helene cut off roads in isolated communities, Biffle didn't see a place that wasn't his. He saw people who needed help and jumped into action.
We could come up with a plan, and Biffle told him, said, hey, I got insulin on my helicopter. I'm going in. No, you ain't. And he said, I'm going. Today, right now.
That urgency carried into the skies, where Biffle flew mission after mission with friends like Andy Petrie, who say he didn't just use his helicopter, he used his platform.
Starlinks for communication, which Greg was a big part of. He was the one that somehow secured those through SpaceX, through some connection he had. And I think that's the biggest thing. He brought this awareness to it that a lot of us, we couldn't do, right? We don't have the platform that Greg Biffle does.
Petrie says the impact of that work may now stand alongside or even above everything Biffle accomplished on the track.
It's almost overshadowed some of the things he did in NASCAR. To me, he's a Hall of Famer. He's, everything you would ever want in a driver.
What he done, race car driver, father, husband. But I think western North Carolina is going to be his legacy.
Those who know Biffle say that the best way to honor his legacy is to show up for others the way he did and always pay it forward. In Asheville, Elijah Skipper, News 13.
We have team coverage of how Greg Biffle is being remembered.
News 13's Elijah Skipper talks with a fellow driver. Gracie Palmer traveled to Yancey County, where Biffle was a familiar face to many after Hurricane Helene hit last year.
While Greg Biffle's death was felt throughout all of western North Carolina, it's here in Yancey County where he made the biggest impact, specifically in Pensacola.
I mean, people know him as a race car driver, and only people in North Carolina mountains really knows the whole impact of what him and his team did.
There's a heavy feeling in the mountains of Yancey County.
It's just a sad day. Everybody's sad.
After learning of the passing of Greg Biffle, NASCAR legend to some, but a hero to much of western North Carolina.
I didn't even know anybody knew where Yancey County was, let alone somebody of that magnitude. Like, we grew up on racing around here, so we knew Greg's name. But to know that he came to us and to see us was incredible.
One of those, Vanessa McIntosh, living just outside of Pensacola.
We had 2 oak trees fall through the house in the morning of the storm, taking out half of our house.
She remembers feeling alone those first few days after the storm.
We started seeing helicopters flying like 2 or 3 days afterwards, and then we knew that somebody saw us. We knew that things were going to be okay.
Flying one of those helicopters, Greg Biffle, bringing essential supplies to WNC. Vanessa went to pick up a chainsaw from him.
So I went to go get one, and I met Greg, and I told him thank you for his service. Thank you for coming to see us, and thank you for bringing all of America to us.
Assistant Chief of the Pensacola Fire Department, Bradley Boone, remembers Biffle's efforts.
Basically every area affected, he was either flying into or sending supplies to.
In video we obtained from Biffle's YouTube channel, his second visit to check on the area, a year after the storm.
All right, so we made it back up here to Pensacola.
You don't forget when people come in and help you in a situation like that, and when you find out, that one of them tragically dies, it's a hard day. Everybody's sad.
Those messages of gratitude pouring out.
It left a numb feeling, absolutely a numb feeling, just because, the person that saw us when we needed the most was the same person that we're without today.
In Yancey County, I'm Gracie Palmer, News 13.
Stories of kindness continue to pour in the wake of Greg Biffle's death. Those include a very special surprise visit he made to one group of Western North Carolina heroes. Here's News 13's Mark Liverman.
We lost, in one development, 28 houses along the river, and they're still trying to recuperate. On the other side of the river, lost all the apartments, and then another development lost half their townhomes.
All within your district?
Yes, sir.
All within this district?
Yes, sir.
When it comes to stories of disasters, it was Mr. Rogers who said it best. Find the helpers. For the Riceville Volunteer Fire Department, just 1 month after Helene, that help found them.
Our boots and a lot of our personal equipment that our firefighters were wearing was starting to wear thin.
Cue this familiar face, NASCAR legend Greg Biffle.
Next thing I know, he pulls up in the parking lot, and he's got 25 pairs of boots, 5 chainsaws, fuel, bar oil.
Stopping by with his signature smile to drop off $5,000 to $6,000 worth of gear.
All the things he did, and he took the time to come out to little old Riceville Fire Department to bring something to the firefighters, something that they needed.
And Chief Kelly says Biffle wasn't looking for recognition, not even a thank you. That didn't stop firefighters from finding their own way to show their gratitude.
I figured, let's make him chief for a day. And so we put him in my gear, it fit.
Boots, jacket, helmet, then hitting the road.
And Chief says as soon as Biffle put that gear on, he got in this specific fire truck and went for a ride with some of the firefighters.
And this is the truck he wanted to go for a ride in our fire district, wearing his gear.
How did he react when you guys said, hey, come on in?
Like a kid in the candy store.
Really?
It was like his first day in racing, I guess.
Really?
Yeah. He was really excited, and he goes, can I really do that? And I said, yeah.
But that wasn't Biffle's reason for being here.
He wanted to do good, and he did.
Like he did that day last October. Not here as a celebrity, just a neighbor answering a need.
Be a model and an example for others. Yeah. It's a good man. I guess if you're going to think about the legacy for him, it's not the racetrack. It's about who he was, how he lived his life.
Chief Kelly hopes his legacy lives on through others.
Take a step back for just a few minutes and think about the good that they can do because of one person.
One simple act of kindness to inspire another until no one facing disaster feels alone. In Riceville with photojournalist Josh Hardigan, Mark Liverman, News 13.